Welcome into Game Static, episode 264. I'm Alex. That was Spark 3. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, whatever day you're listening or watching. This episode coming off the back of the Nintendo Direct, the Xbox Showcase on this last Sunday. So we have a lot to talk about here today. Did do some standalone videos for those, and I appreciate you guys check those out. But now we have John here to also give his thoughts. John, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm here.
Not as high on at least Xbox, which is why the video was just me in the video and not John.
I don't know why. I don't know why people are so excited about it.
I thought it was a good.
It doesn't make sense.
It was a good showcase.
It is 80% of your complaints about the Sony Direct apply to the Xbox One. This is the opposite effect where the Sony one had the big announcements for me. I think the PlayStation or the Xbox One just had the announcements you liked.
You know, there are more reasons why this showcase was fun.
At the same time, though, 80% of your complaints about the Sony would apply to the Xbox.
Hey, that's not entirely true, but we'll get there when we get there. You know, we got a lot to talk about. Between that, my chair just went backwards. The Nintendo Direct, as well as some other news involving the Xbox world that has taken place this week, involving Xbox's next 100 days and the Xbox reset. And I don't know what else we're going to talk about. We'll figure it out as we go. But we'll make sure to also shout out our sponsors like Rogue Energy, as well as Sparky 3 Shop later on in the show. And if you want to support us for the Patreon, it's a great way to do so. Join the Discord as well. So I think it's going to be a fun show. I'm excited. The Direct was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the Xbox Game Showcase. I think it's going to be a fun show. I'm excited for it. But anything you want to talk about before we jump into stuff? Because there is a lot to go over today.
I finally picked a couple things up, or finally bought them. Haven't started them yet, but I did go ahead and finally grab Celeste 2.
Oh, nice. I know you were super pumped for that.
Yeah, finally picked that up. I haven't started it yet. It's there's like, I was looking at it earlier. It was on a little bit of a sale for the early access, and they have a full roadmap for the rest of the year as far as content updates and that. So it's like, I'll go ahead and pick it up now. I might as well. I'll get around to playing it at some point because, again, it's early access, so I'm not too concerned about playing it. But it is a game that I know I'm going to be playing, so I might as well pick it up.
Right.
Support them early, so.
Yep.
And then I picked up another game just because guy I work with recommended it to me. Picked up Teamfight Manager 2. Never really looked at, I guess, this franchise now.
Yeah.
So it's one where you know like the sports sim games.
Yeah.
It's basically that, and then it's like you're the like the head coach or like the owner of an esports team, specifically like a MOBA, and you do all the coaching stuff, and then it simulates them. It's like you do the pick ban phase for it, and then you watch a simulated match.
Is it kind of similar to Esports Godfather? Because like you immediately said MOBA, esports, whatever, and I was thinking about you and Zach always talking about that.
The Esports Godfather, the management side of it is super light. This one is like
Full all in.
This one is the esports simulation type of it. Like,
Okay,
like,
got it. I'm
like the
following.
head coach stuff.
Yeah.
That's the game.
Okay, so this is basically like NFL head coach 09.
Yeah,
and
then you. It's like, and then as you go through the schedule, when you have a match, you do the pick ban phase, and then you watch the AI play against each other.
That's interesting.
So I played it a little bit. It's one where there's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like with Esports Godfather. At the end of the day, you're doing pick ban for a MOBA.
Right.
Still got to read all the champion stuff. You still got to know. You still got to look at the items. Still got to fucking learn matchups.
Yeah.
So it's all of that. So it's a lot to start with, but I've played it a little bit. I'll keep jumping into it.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a lot. It's fun to watch the matches get simulated.
Yeah. No, a good sim game is always good.
Yeah.
Sim games are a lot of fun.
It's like I don't usually
Sim management games.
usually play them that much. It's been a while since I played one really, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, it's one of those like maybe not for the one you're talking about specifically from the sound of it, but it's those type of games. It's just like very relaxing, can kind of turn your brain off, kind of thing, and just have a good time. Maybe not the one you're talking about.
Well,
from the sound of it.
I would say like you get there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair
'Cause
enough.
it's like, yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing where it's like you gotta manage your roster, or
Right.
like manage the roster, manage the training.
Hmm.
It's like I haven't gotten super in deep with it, but yeah, there's a bunch of different shit to do in it.
Yeah. I've played a little bit more of Luna Abyss this week. I've just been kind of busy after work a couple days this week. And I got to the part of the game where it kind of gave you the big aha moment for what's going on with Aelin and kind of like some other characters introduced and like the All Father and the general story at premise. So now I'm at the next turning point of the story of okay, here's our objective, let's ride. So I'm still having a lot of fun with it, man. Again, the loading thing still bugs the ever living shit out of me, but I'm still having fun with the game. I keep playing this game, dude. You know what I think because I'm gonna beat this game 100%. I'm having a really fun time. You know what this game is gonna be for me? This game is gonna be for me what Hell Is Us was
Yeah,
for you last year.
it
I think about that nonstop.
it's just your it's a good game.
Yeah.
Everything's based off of it game.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is my down the middle 7 out of 10. This is the middle of the pack, just a good game that I enjoy. One that could sneak into my top 10 favorites of the year like Hell As Us did for you last year.
That's like for me, it was like every game I played was based its rating got based off of how I felt compared to Hell Is Us.
Yeah, no, it's kind of the same way here. Because I mean, obviously, like the games that I've beaten and played, like Resident Evil is like top of the top for me still. Like those, the obvious ones. But like, yeah, no, this one is it's right there. This is my Hell Is Us. I have my Hell Is Us this year, and it's Luna Abyss. Very fun. I did also re-download because I've tried to play this game a couple times. Literally never got past the first 15 minutes just for whatever reason. But I did finally re-download Hellblade 1, and I'm giving it a legitimate shot because I do want to play these games. And the new one, Senua, which I know is a completely different direction for the game. I think the new one looks really cool. I've always thought the previous two look cool. Again, I understand Senua is a different direction. I get it. Yeah, I'm finally giving it an actual shot, and I'm past the first 15 minutes. So that's an accomplishment for me because that's all it's ever gotten out of me. It's just it's wrong place, wrong time type of game. Every time I've tried it, it's like, yeah, let's try this, even though I know I don't want to play this right now. So sooner or later, I will play these games and actually beat them. But I did re-download it and at least start it.
I've tried over the years. I've tried to get way better about that. Where it's like
you read your emotions, where you don't start something that you don't want to play.
It's like I am more than happy to buy games.
Yeah.
When they come out, that I know I know I'm going to enjoy this. This is not the time to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Dragon Quest VII reimagined for me.
I
bought it when it came out. I played it for about an hour, and I went, not the time. And then 5.5 months later, I played it nonstop for 60 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's just knowing when the right time is, knowing that like, hey, this is not the time for this game. So I'm giving Hellblade a legitimate shot, and hopefully I'm gonna actually beat it this time and not play, just a few minutes. But like I said, I played beyond the 15-minute part. So that's already an accomplishment. I'm already feeling good about myself. So we're riding. But that might be short-lived because we're 5 days out from Elliot, and that's gonna take me away from everything right now.
Yeah, we're 5 days out from Elliot. Actually, we're also there's another game coming out relatively soon that we're both interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have it in here because I didn't look at it.
Disrespectful, but okay.
I didn't look at everything. You put way too much shit in there this week, and you think I'm gonna read it all.
Look, I've said this before. I know the script is not for you guys; it's for me. Okay, I'm aware you guys don't read it.
I give it a look through, but no, Echoes of Aincrad.
Oh yeah, true.
Echoes of Aincrad's getting a demo this week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's a demo that comes out on the 15th that we could actually try before we go all in on the game.
Nice. Yeah, still very interested in that game. That demo will actually probably be the determining factor if I still buy that day one or wait. Because, like, again, I know it's going to be a dumb answer for you. I know it is. But, man, with everything that they've done to enhance Dynasty, like, I know once I get my hands on college football, my brain rot's going to take over for 100 hours, and it comes out the same week. So it's like I'm getting college football early access. I'm playing it on Monday, and I will play it all week. But hey, if I didn't see about the demo news, so thank you for shouting that out. No, the demo will actually probably decide if I actually still buy it day one or not.
Yeah, it's gonna determine how. Yeah, if I buy it then, because there's other stuff I want to go back to some old stuff before some of the games come out, because I mean we'll get to it, but we got the Fire Emblem. I kind of want to go back and play Three Houses. And it's hard to find. Like I don't really have a time frame. It'd be somewhere in July probably.
Yeah.
Or like July or no, August is kind of taken.
Yeah. So July, that's your one chance.
Yeah. So it's like that's somewhere in there. Maybe I can find some time for it. I don't remember how long that game is, but
I mean, once you've done it once, you could probably like, well,
I'm not you. I haven't played through every storyline twice.
Well, I mean, fair, but like once you've done it, once you've played the game at least once, you can get through a route faster. Because like I know,
but it's also been 8 years.
I mean, all right, that's fair. Because like when I look back at my playtime for every single route, like the first time playing each route, I noticed my playtime got less each time.
Well, yeah, it's one where it's like you get familiar with the combat systems and that, so it's like everything. That portion of the game goes faster.
Yeah, so like my first route, which was Blue Lines, was still my longest hour route, and then followed by Golden Deer because that was my second, and then my shortest route was one of the other ones.
Yeah,
the game's been out for so long, so I don't think it's a spoiler, but I still want to try to not spoil it.
I plan. I would like to go back and play it. I don't know if I'll end up getting to go back and play it, but I would like to.
Yeah, who are you gonna pick?
I don't know.
Do Blue Lines or Golden Deer?
Well, I mean, obviously, I played the other one before.
Well, I know, but you did one of the two, and I'm just telling you, don't do the other because it sucks.
Well, I started the other.
It sucks,
and I realized it sucked.
That's so disappointing because like that route, I feel like could have had so much potential, and it just got like it feels like the ultimate like, hey, the game launches in 4 days. I think we should add another route. You want to add what now? Excuse me. Like that route sucks, and that's so disappointing. I'm very partial to Golden Deer still, just because I think Golden Deer is like, to me, the most complete route, because like some really cool like elements to the game don't actually get explored in Blue Lines, and it's literally like in the post credits of like, hey, Dimitri took care of this. All right, there you go. So what the fuck? I wanted to take care of that. It's like I wanted to be in the trenches. What do you mean he took care of it? So that's one thing I did like about Golden Deer, is that it took care of some, like, to me, story like loose ends that kind of felt weird not taken care of. So that's why I'm a little partial to Golden Deer. Like, while I think like as a total, I can hear the argument for sure that Blue Lines is like the better overall cast, even though I think I still prefer Claude as my favorite character. But yeah, I just like the Golden Deer story itself and the time skip. I think it's better. That's my opinion, though.
But yeah, now, like I said, I'm gonna try to do that. It's a game I've always meant to go back to, but now I have a reason to.
Right. Yeah. Especially with this one coming out, which, again, very excited. Very excited. So, I don't know. You want to talk about Nintendo Direct? Get into it?
Not really.
All right. Well, we're gonna do it anyway. All right. Well, in that case, let me just go ahead and hit the music. We can go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah. Fuck this.
It's like, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya. So yeah, no. Direct this week. I thought it was phenomenal. Phenomenal for me. I think objectively, I thought it was just overall very solid. For me personally, it was phenomenal just because of some different things that like I've been really having the itch to play or whatever. But I do want to start off with this. Obviously, the ending game of Ocarina of Time Remake. I want to start there. But I want to start with it by passing it to you because, as it is well documented on this channel, with the top 10 favorite games of all time. You should go watch that video, by the way. Ocarina of Time is your 6th favorite game of all time. I fact checked it before I got into this. Shout out. How did you feel seeing the reveal? Even though we knew about it, but just seeing the reveal, I know the reveal wasn't much. It gave you the idea of art direction and art style, so that's important. But I mean, how did you feel watching it, and how are you feeling towards the game?
It didn't give much because the little we saw is like, I mean, it's cinematic.
Yeah,
is what it is. So it's hard to really tell. The big thing is the big thing would have been if we saw even a little snippet of like what the game is gonna look like,
Mhm.
what it's gonna feel like. Because that's the thing. Because it's Ocarina of Time is one of the if not the greatest game of all time.
Yeah, it's in that
It's one of those
conversation.
we've had that conversation before where it's like it's one of those games where if somebody asked you the greatest game of all time and you said Ocarina of Time, nobody's gonna fight you.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where I was excited to see it. It was more of that thing, kind of like we talked about with the last Ronin, where as soon as they started, I went, oh, it's real,
Right.
because it's like it's been rumored for so long.
Yeah.
It's like actually seeing the confirmation of it was very exciting.
Mhm.
the The big thing is going to be, or my biggest thing with it is going to be once we see a little gameplay of it, because I want to know what does Ocarina of Time feel like to play in 2026
Yeah.
on what is their interpretation of how it should feel in 2026,
Right.
because that's going to be a weird experience.
Yeah. I will say for the snippet that we got of, of Kid Link, I actually do think that's going to be the graphics right there. Like, I think that was like in-game engine. I think that was graphics. That's my
I
personal take.
I don't know if it'll actually be graphics. Everything else around it looked a little too cinematic-y.
Hmm.
So I'm not 100%. It's like I'm not sold on it, if
Yeah.
that is actual graphics. If it is, cool.
Yeah.
If it's not, I'm not expecting it to be the most mind-blowing graphical game.
Yeah. I just think with what they showed, the biggest thing is that I feel like it delivered the art direction, art style of the game, and I think that the way they took it, I think is incredible, and the right way to go. And you know what's so wild to me, dude? Like I've seen people like complaining about the art style and art direction where they almost like they wanted that more like cartoony-ish style, and it's like some people are pointing out, it's like, all right, hold on now. So you had Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask come out, and then you complained about Wind Waker, and now you want like Wind Waker level graphics for
I
Ocarina
don't.
of Time. Like, what
I
are we
will.
talking
I will
about?
100% say I did not want
I
Waker
did.
style graphics.
I love Wind Waker graphics. It's charming as hell. But the fact that like that's the conversation online, like, what are we doing? Like now, like with the direction they're going, like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, the Hero of Time story is a darker story. I mean, the Hero of Time and the Hero of the Wilds, they are the two heroes in the story that have like legit suffered the most. Like this is a darker story. Like I like the art style that we're going for versus making it more cartoony just because the original one kind of was because of the graphical age that it
Yeah.
was, right? Like this is the what basically, here before Wind Waker ever got revealed, think of the tech demo they did for Zelda. I'm sure you've seen that video of where it's like Ocarina of Time adult Link fighting the big spider, whatever. It's a GameCube tech demo, and then so everyone's like, "Oh my god, the next Zelda's gonna be incredible!" And then they revealed Wind Waker. Like, think that tech demo, but like in current day, like that's what I picture right now, and like that's what they've done, and I think it looks great. I think the art style is awesome.
But yeah. Now I'm gonna be very excited. I'm looking forward to a Nintendo Direct in
Yeah.
a couple
A
months,
dedicated one for
like
that or whatever.
showing off everything that they have to show about that game.
I think it's definitely gonna be September. They have not missed September for a direct, like I think in history since they've started
Yeah.
directs.
This is gonna be. I'm almost certain this is the big holiday release of
Oh,
the
yeah.
year, and it is gonna it, it, it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna blow everything else out of the fucking water.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm very very excited. I'm very excited to see more on it.
Yeah, I want to ask you this too, especially with the upcoming release we have of Star Fox here very soon. Do you think Ocarina of Time is going to be a remake or a reimagining? Because I think it might be a reimagining. Maybe throw in some stuff they couldn't do once upon a time. Because like one,
Well, it could be. I mean, they have the opportunity to do that with just calling it a remake as well, because it's like doing a remake on it doesn't mean that you're 100% sticking to everything that they
yeah,
did.
you're not doing a full one for one.
So it's like it could be them doing everything that they had before plus.
Yeah.
It's like I could see that happening.
Yeah, because that's actually what I think is going to happen. I think, things that may have been cut from the original game, due to limitations of the console, may be added now. Like I know one that's always kind of been like talked about. I don't know if it's ever been confirmed. I feel like with how the game is set up, I feel like it's confirmed because it's always felt really weird to me. Is that maybe they actually include a true Temple of Light? Because like I've always thought it was weird that like you draw the sword, it's like, okay, here's a medallion. All right, it doesn't do anything. Go get the rest. Bye. So like, and to my understanding, there was supposed to be one, but they cut it just due to restraints and focused it on the other five. So maybe that's something they add is an actual like a true actual Temple of Light where you have to get the light
I
medallion.
could see a new temple potentially.
Yeah, like that's something that I think
like
could be added.
Basically keep everything in the game as one-to-one as they could, and then adding like a big additional section.
Yeah, which I think would be super dope. Now I want to throw one thing out there, and then I had another question for you. So obviously we only got that 2026 date. We didn't get an actual date, and said more info is going to come later. So we already kind of said, alluded to it, that it's probably going to be in September because they've never missed a direct. So I actually think the reason why we probably didn't get a release date is because I'm going to go ahead and guess that there's a 50-50 possibility there will be a limited edition console, for this. And I feel like if you're going to do that, you don't put any sort of date on anything until after the price increase comes. You know what I mean? Like, because that price increase is set to go up, was it either August 1st or September 1st? I don't remember which.
I could see like a special edition console or like bundle edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Something of that nature.
Yeah. So I just don't think you would want to reveal it now, especially when you have that current bundle you're trying to push of where it's $500, pick one of 3 games, before the price increase happens. Like, it just makes more sense to me. Like, oh yeah, it makes sense why they didn't put a date. They're saving it for probably September because it also allows focus on Star Fox and it allows focus on Fire Emblem. The next, and even Splatoon Raiders. Let's throw that in there too. So like, that was my stance on what there not being a date, is that I feel like there might be a console. They don't want to reveal a console until the price.
That would. It'd be Nintendo style.
It would be. Now I was going to ask you about date because I was looking at this and thinking about this, and we were.
I had a funny thought just a moment ago,
I was wondering
if you were going to ask me, so I held off on it.
So I've got a thought. What if Ocarina of Time launches the same day as GTA?
I thought you were going to ask me what I thought it was going to be, and I was just going to go, when's GTA come out again?
Because listen, November 21st. Is the day that Ocarina of Time came out originally. That's a Saturday this year, November 19th. They love Thursday releases, but that's the same day as GTA 6. So I'm just throwing it out there. Does it come out the same day as GTA 6?
I mean, the other thing is you almost might as well, because when you look at it, the crossover's not really there.
Yeah, true.
Or it's like the crossover might be there because it's going to be a lot of people our age and older that are super excited for this game.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them also grew up playing GTA games, so they might want to pick up the new GTA when it comes out. But the other thing is, like, the other thing, it's a console pusher.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big console pusher. You're going to be going into holiday season for it as well. And why not? I mean, you already have a shitload of Switch 2s out there.
Yeah.
You're going to be selling a shitload more with this. Why not go to battle?
Right.
It's like you
go to war with it.
You probably not going to win you're not going to win the overall sales record there against them. But there's a really good chance you come out with the better impression.
That's true.
So it's like if you come out same day, you already as long as the game feels like Ocarina of Time, as long as it feels like people remember, then it's gonna be like you have a home run, like golden egg right there.
Yeah,
and you put that up against like the biggest game in history.
True.
And if they have even the slightest of stumbles, you are the best. You were the biggest winner in history.
True. Especially when you think like everyone and their mother is avoiding that GTA date, GTA not coming to the Switch too. So Nintendo's over here. It's just like, yeah, screw it. What do we got to lose? You know, we're sending out the most critically acclaimed game of all time, at least on Metacritic. You know, one of the most like beloved games in history that I fully believe the remake has been treated with the utmost care and respect. That's my opinion already.
It's one of the games that you look at and you're like, because we hear rumors about all these classics,
Yeah.
like potentially getting remakes.
Yep.
It's one of those games where you hear about it and you go, I don't think they want to touch it. It's
Right.
kind of like a Chrono Trigger. It's like
yeah, true.
where
true.
it's like people clamor for a Chrono Trigger. It's like I don't think they want to touch it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants to touch that with a 10-foot pole. It's like
True.
Ocarina of Time. It's like you don't want to fuck that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's got the legacy.
Yeah, true. And you know, and look, we both understand that there was already a remake, but that remake was like
It was more of a remaster.
it was like a remaster more.
3DS.
It was a remaster more than this is the remake.
Yeah.
This is the big scale one. Like, and it's like I agree with you. This is one that's like a Chrono Trigger. It's like no one wants to touch that. So it's like I think this thing's being treated with the utmost respect. And honestly, again, since GTA is not coming out to the Switch 2, I mean, Nintendo is just like, hey, we want to sell our consoles too. We want to sell our units too. So I don't know, man. If it pops up November 19th in a September Direct, I'm not gonna be surprised at all. And I'm here for it. I'm here for the battle.
It'd be great if like they had something where they're like, and it's like where they're talking about potential release date. And they're like, and the release date, and it's like calendar comes up, and it's like December, and they go, nah, and then it sweeps back, and he just points right at the 19th.
Yeah, right. Honestly, I hope they do it. I hope they go to war with GTA. I think it's gonna be funny.
I'd love to see it.
I can't wait to see the internet if that date drops. Like at this point, look, like let me pull up the calendar just so I get exact dates. It's either gonna drop on the 19th or it's gonna drop on the 12th. I'm voting on the 19th. I'm voting 2 days before the anniversary of the original release. Drop it on the same day as GTA, right before Thanksgiving week. Send it out there. Let's ride. But I could also see the 12th. I can see the 12th or the 5th. I mean, just one of those 3 dates I can see. But I got that gut feeling it's going to be the 19th.
I would love to see it.
But no, sweet reveal. Obviously, we knew about it just from like the leaks and stuff. But just glad to actually see the reveal. Hearing the music score was great. The art style was great. Very excited. Very excited for it. Cannot wait to see more.
It's one of those that came up, but it's like. Like you see the word Hyrule pop up on the screen, and I'm looking at it. It's like I'm looking at it because it's still like panning around over one direction, and I'm looking there going, "This is Ocarina of Time. That's a Deku tree to the left right there."
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like once it clicks kind of thing, or it's just like, oh, buddy, here we go. Yeah, no, cannot wait, man. I cannot wait to see more on it. It's gonna be a little bit of a lengthy wait to September, or it's gonna feel like a lengthy wait. But hey, we got a lot of other stuff coming out.
The good thing is there's a lot to look forward to, like leading into there.
True. Like one of the ones, my most anticipated game of the year, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, new trailer with a release date. Unfortunately for you, same day as Trail's second chapter, unfortunately.
The release date popped up on the screen, and I messaged Alex, and I went, looks like I'm missing out on Fire Emblem.
Look, as soon as I got the date, I immediately put in 2 days of PTO. I'm like, GG, we're locked in, let's ride. But I sat there, I'm like, come on, Nintendo. You couldn't have done it just 1 month earlier in August. You had to do it in September with everything else. What are we doing? But the new trailer was great.
The good thing is, like for Fire Emblem here, realistically, like when the time frame I'm gonna sit down to play that game, it's gonna be about a week later,
right?
Because if Trail's like second chapter is anything like the first chapter was, I'll I'll put about 60 hours into it, about 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And move on.
Yep. Move on to the next thing, which would be Fire Emblem for you.
Yeah, and it'll be Fire Emblem after that, which, I mean, your most anticipated game is Fire Emblem. I think mine was Trails this year, and now they're coming
Yeah, that
out on the
sounds
exact same day.
what a day for me and you, brother. That's gonna be a great game static episode that weekend.
And we're gonna be worn out.
I know. I'm gonna be exhausted. But no, this trailer, I've already watched it 84 times. I might do another trailer breakdown like I did for the reveal trailer. I'll tell you what, one thing that irritated me about this like trailer and like a little bit more they showed and plus the stuff afterwards is the fact is like there was something I caught in the reveal trailer that I pointed out and I was like, that's weird. That's kind of sus. I have questions about this. And I'm mad that I didn't harp on it more. Is that, of course, with this trailer, they revealed the whole, oh, you pick one of 4 characters and lead them, whatever. You see the character in the white on the main, box art, the image that has the collector's edition shows what their name is. The name is Ishmael, and they're the like the herald of the pale raven, so very clearly that's our avatar, right? And I pointed this out in the reveal trailer last year that if you like, it was a Lita play scene. Kai was up at the top corner as a green ally. And I pointed that out like, that's weird. Because they framed him to be the protagonist, right? I was like, that's weird. Why is he a green ally and why are we not playing as him right now? That's really weird. I'm mad I didn't harp on that more because I nailed it then. But no, I'm very excited for this. They also, with the gameplay elements, revealed that this is a sequel to Three Houses because Three Houses takes place. And obviously, I guess every calendar could be different, but I mean, if we're taking everything at face value of Dagda as well as Fodlan right above it, all sharing the same calendar, all the Three Houses events take place in like 1150 to like 1155, stuff like that. And this game did show a calendar in the corner where it was like in the 1400s. So this one does appear to be a sequel, which obviously indicates there is a canon route, but I don't think they're going to tell you what route's canon, honestly. I think because at the end of the day, this is Dagda, this is a new story. Yeah. I don't think they're going to tell you that there's a canon route. This is a different story.
It's like probably with anything, you'll just hear like background conversations about what happened hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And also just to refresh memory. For anyone that may have forgotten of Dagda, this is Shamir's home country. So that's cool. We'd go to where Shamir came from. Shamir was one of my favorite characters in Three Houses, so shout out to that. But I mean, dude, the trailer was incredible. I think the assumed avatar, Ishmael, is really cool. I also really enjoy the contrast between Ishmael and Byleth, where Byleth is like obviously like this darker coated clothing and has the nickname of the Ashen Demon. And then you have this one with a more heavenly white clothing with the nickname of Herald of the Pale Raven. I like that contrast we have going on there. I cannot wait for this game. I mean, everything they showed, more characters, further emphasized everyone's motivations and what we're going for. And I also, like we just finished complaining about before we jumped into the direct, I like how at the jump, there's 4 clear routes versus where Three Houses, yes, there's 4 routes, but one of them is aggressively shafted, where it feels like it got added in a week before the game's launch. Obviously, it didn't. We're joking when we say that, but that's what it feels like because there's just no meat there. So I'm glad that at the jump, it's like, yeah, you have these 4 characters. They have 4 clear motivations to add their own supporting characters, and you're gonna like be part and kind of lead them in the direction. Now, when the way they worded that, and honestly, the way they framed the trailer, where it's like you only see your avatar once, and then it's like, oh, box art, there's the character. It's like, oh, okay. I thought that was just a random character, but no, it's apparently our avatar. Is I do wonder how much the avatar will be part of the story. Is it going to be like, I picture one of like 2 or 3 options, right? Is this going to be like, imagine if Three Houses you played as Byleth and the house leader? Because obviously there was clear gameplay of playing as Kai and Lita, right? So we can play as these 4. Running through the town and doing normal stuff. So would this be like imagine if you played Three Houses and you played as Byleth and Claude and Dimitri and Edelgard like at the monastery, or maybe also like let's say Fire Emblem Awakening. Let's say you actually played as Robin and Crom going and talking to people, or is this going to be like a thing like the OG Fire Emblem for us, the Binding Blade, where there's this other character that you're playing as. Known as the Tactician. His name is Mark, which is dumb as shit. And that's who you're playing as. The story may focus on Lynn and Eli Wood, but you're playing as the Tactician. Is it like that, or is it like imagine if Three Houses you played as the house leader and Byleth? I'm kind of leaning towards like Byleth and the house leader is the direction they're going for. Like you can swap between Ishmael and Kai and Lita and Theodora and Dietrich. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
I would almost go in between,
Yeah.
where it's not like you're playing as like an overseer necessarily,
Right.
but you play as the house lead, or like essentially, for no better wording, the house leaders.
Yeah.
And like the avatar character is kind of like a manifestation that is there,
Right.
like a character that takes form as they're on this journey,
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, that's the like, they would be like the central main character,
Right.
or they would be the Byleth, but they're not actually kind of there. It's more of a like inner guidance person or something like that.
I can see that too. Yeah. That's actually a good way to think about it. Yeah, like an inner, almost like this avatar is the Sothis, even though
It's kind of the way I was thinking of it. Whereas like the way that you interacted with Sothis in Three Houses would be how you interact with that character in this game.
That actually become pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you know,
And it's like that way they can be on every route.
Yeah.
And be there for every person, but it is more of a they are there as like this ethereal entity kind of.
Right. I do also question if just because the design is kind of reminiscent, I do question if they're gonna, canonize the character from Three Hopes, the Warrior spinoff game. I think the name was Arvel, because the clothing is pretty like similar. Arvel was very like white coated, almost angelic like. So I do wonder if it's kind of like that, since obviously Sothis is very clearly present. So I don't know. I would imagine there's going to be probably a standalone direct for this. I'm just guessing. It's one of their biggest releases of the year. But man, I cannot wait. I've watched this trailer so many times just to look for stuff like I did the last time, look for random things that I thought was interesting. But no, literally could not be more excited. I mean, this is like kind of like you with Ocarina of Time. It's one of your favorite games of all time. Three Houses is one of mine. Three Houses made my top 10 list. Go watch our video. We'd appreciate that. And us just going back to the same general area. Like clearly we're not in Fodlan, we're in Dagda, which is totally fine. That's cool. That's cool because like Dagda was just talked about through Shamir's, paralogs and stuff. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm interested. Yeah, that's interesting. Like all the countries around us, like Amira, where I don't want to say where I was about to drop a spoiler for Three Houses. I don't want to do that. But you hear about Amira, you hear about Bridget, where Petra's from, and then Dagda, where Shamir's from. So it's like, yeah, this is exciting. I like the route that they're going for this. I do also want to throw out there for the price point. I don't give a shit. It's fine. It's gonna sell up front. I saw the complaining of like, oh my god, the physical's $80. It's the second $80 game. It's gonna sell. Who gives a shit? And it's like also like up front. Hey, I'm just pointing this out. You want it for 70, just go buy it at like Amazon or Walmart because they're doing the 70 pricing. They don't care. So just go buy it there and you'll be fine. It's not a big deal. I saw everyone complain about the ale. It's like, oh my God, Nintendo's out of their minds. It's $80. It's fine. It's going to sell. The people that want it are going to get it. And again, if you want physical and you want it for like that $70 price point, literally just go buy it at Walmart. I mean, you'll be fine. Walmart's going to stock it. Like you'll walk into any Walmart and you'll probably find it on the shelf.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
It's one conversation of pricing of games we talked about a lot before.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of games getting more expensive, but
Sure.
it's the reasoning why they're getting more expensive is what I don't like. Which, because they talk about the price, the price of like making the game, but as we know, like 90% of the companies are over bloated and kind of just their budget explodes due to a bunch of various reasons. And it's like, I don't like that being the reason why they push for raising the price of games. But at the same time, for certain games, I have no problem paying, I wouldn't say any price, but I don't mind paying premium.
Right. Yeah, not for something like that, I still stand very firm my stance. Mario Kart World is not the one that should have done it. I stand extremely firm on that. especially with the fact that we're now like a year past launch and there's still like no anything new coming out with it. And it's still just the game it is now. I further stand very firm on my stance on this. Fire Emblem's fine though. All right, I'm just saying this is gonna be a high profile release with a great story. If you don't play it, you're missing out. That's on you. Anyway, I digress. So moving from those two, which was the biggest ones for me and you for sure. Hey, shot the new Xenoblade game though. Xenoblade Genesis coming out next year.
Look good.
Yeah, no, it looked really good. Monolith Soft just continues to absolutely cook. And the big thing for me,
Yeah, I was gonna say this would be more exciting if we had played Xenoblade games, which we have not.
yes,
But
good news.
yep, the previous 3 are coming out to Switch 2.
Cannot wait.
Switch 2 editions, physical versions coming out, or the games themselves, and I think the physical versions are coming out like a month apart from each other. I think around a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good news. Gives you time to play them.
Yeah, no, for sure. So the Xenoblade 1 is already out now digitally. The physical comes out July 30th. The Xenoblade 2, I didn't put all the notes on there. I know the physical comes out, I think, October, and the digital comes out sooner.
I think it's towards like the end of October for that
Yeah,
one.
and then Xenoblade 3, physical and digital both launch December 3rd. So, yeah, no, I will be picking up all 3 of these. It's definitely been on my radar the last year. I've talked about on the show that I really want to play these games. And I'm looking forward to trying them out for the first time on Switch 2.
Yeah, I'm glad they're getting Switch 2 editions because I've not gotten very far. I've played the first game a little bit.
Yeah.
My God, I don't know how anybody played and enjoyed these games on Switch. They ran like ass.
I'll tell you what, man. I think I'm really just thinking it's your Switch because even you said how horrible Breath ran for. Maybe it's just that model of Switch that you got.
So it's only certain games run like a lot of them are fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's like certain games, they just don't run.
Mm.
And it's like after, because I don't think Xenoblade 1 really had a bunch of complaints with it. But everything after that, Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 3, mired with complaints.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I mean, and for context, he has the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Switch. So I don't know. Maybe it's just that model of Switch had something wrong with it because you told me Breath did not do well for you. Breath had no problem for me.
I couldn't run it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Drop a comment down below if you have the Smash Ultimate Switch, or it was Ultimate, right? Yeah, Smash Ultimate Switch. Let me know if you have similar problems. I'm wondering if it's just that model or not. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
But we're getting Switch 2 edition, so I will. Oh, at some point, because Xenoblade is a series that I did want to try to at least give a fair shot.
Yeah, no, big agree. So, I know this is one of those things of it's like, oh, it's just a re-release. Yeah, but this re-release is something that I've been actively wanting to play for like the last year. So this is super damn exciting for me. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. This is so cool.
There are certain games as well that need the re-release and the update to get off the Switch because there is no way the game was given a fair shot to come out only for the Switch.
Yeah, big facts. Another standout for me was this Final Fantasy Resonance HD 2D Final Fantasy game. It is apparently an adaptation of a mobile
apparently
game.
It is the Final Fantasy version of Octopath Traveler 0, where it was a mobile game that is getting the HD 2D treatment and turned into a full-fledged single-player game.
And hey, Octopath Traveler 0 is god tier game. So you know what? I'm fine. I'm cool.
So it's like, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I mean, straight up, what we've talked about before, not a Final Fantasy guy.
Yep, same here.
It's like it's a series I've wanted to get into.
Yep, same here.
This game looks great, so I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna play it when it comes out.
Big fan of everything Square does with the HD 2D. So like it being a new game in this style of I think they even specify this is the first Final Fantasy in this HD 2D style.
It's the first one in that style, and I think it's the first turn-based Final Fantasy in like well over a decade. Yeah. But maybe close to 2.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it looks incredible. And I'm so damn excited because I don't give a shit if it's an adaptation of apparently the first arc from that mobile game. I mean, dude, Octopath Traveler 0 is incredible. I don't give a shit. This game's gonna rock.
Yeah.
Like Square's gonna cook with
They've
this.
showed a bunch with it. They had videos come out showing full boss fights
Yeah,
in it. The game looks incredible. So it's I got faith. They don't slap just some bullshit in this
true,
style.
true.
They've been super careful with what games they've let come out in this style because they're trying to show that only quality games come out with it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So this one is a pickup for me, day one. This is one that I will be pre-ordering and picking up. I'm pretty excited to jump into this one, and hopefully, this kind of put me in the direction of actively wanting to not only try but finish Final Fantasy games. Because like I've played Final Fantasy games, never finished one. You know, it's just something I never really got into.
I've started a couple of them,
Yeah,
but never. I've had problems with everyone that I've started. I've either
right.
had problems or just something else was more pressing at the time.
Yeah, yeah, valid. Also, dude, was not on my bingo card that the Nintendo Direct was the one that had the Kingdom Hearts 4 update. Was not on my. You know, I didn't vocalize this last weekend, but like I did think about coming out of Summer Game Fest of like, huh, you know, I know we had Final Fantasy 7, but like I feel like we're probably due for a Kingdom Hearts 4 update. Kind of weird it was not there. Well, who would have guessed it was on the Nintendo Direct? I did not see that coming.
I had forgotten that it was even happening.
Exactly.
I'm not a Kingdom Hearts guy either. Like
yeah, it felt like Lost Ronin territory. Not to the same level, but it was just like, dang, forgot that was a thing.
like Kingdom Hearts. Like, I mean, no offense to Kingdom Hearts, it's a franchise I don't really give a shit about.
Right.
It's like the people that love it fucking love it.
Yeah.
They are ravenous for it. So the fact that they got the update, happy for them.
Yeah. I will say also, this is a franchise that I missed out on as a kid. Because, like, in that era of when these games dropped, realistically, man, PS2 is probably my least played console. It was GameCube and Xbox. And funny enough, with Xbox, it was literally one game. But that one game I played like 500,000 hours on. All right, leave me alone. But like PS2, like realistically, I didn't have that many games. Like I really didn't. Kingdom Hearts was one that just got missed for me. So never really played these. I'm not against trying them out. And hey, the collection coming out this year, I'll pick it up and I'll give it a shot. Why not? Why not? Let's see if it's gonna be something I'll enjoy.
Yeah, I bought the collection a while back because I bought the collection that came out on PS4.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I'll give these Kingdom Hearts games a try. Wasn't for me.
Right.
It's like, like I said, people that love them, love them. It's just not my game.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a shot, man. I think the most I've played of a Kingdom Hearts 1 was 5 minutes. So my time has not been given any form of a shot from me. So yeah, no, I will be checking this one out for sure and picking up that collection. I'm excited to try it out. And then also just wanted to shout this out because even though it's not a major interest for me, it is of course one of the headliners here. Did get quick little update on Dusk Bloods. There will be a closed network test this summer. It is still slated for this year. Though. That is the
fact that
FromSoft
they
game.
are just like barely showing anything on it. It's either the smartest marketing thing or the worst because everybody that's excited for it is fiending for this game,
Right.
and they don't get anything.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a way to go about it.
Hey, that's FromSoft, man. FromSoft's going to sell no matter what. So, still slated for this year, though, I think is really interesting. Where do you think this thing could fit in? Maybe just October?
Like an August to October, somewhere in there.
Yeah. I mean, depending on when they want to do that closed network test, let's just say they do it next month. I could see maybe an August release.
Yeah.
I'm feeling August or October specifically.
I would see like a July network test and then maybe like a month later,
release.
the game come out.
Because I think, they won't do September because it's like Nintendo's pattern is like we want one big release to some extent every single month, and Fire Emblem will be slated for September. So that's why I'm thinking August or October is a good time for it.
I figure they want to just do the network test to essentially just show that their servers aren't going to immediately buckle.
Right.
And then as soon as they find out that it'll work, the game comes out.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, those were like the major standouts from this show. There was a lot of really nice announcements. I have my own little list over here. Do you have anything that you want to personally shout out, whether if it's from like the list I've got or the full list or anything?
There was there were a bunch of like cool little things that got announced. I think the most pertinent one to me was the Tales of Eternia release date.
Which was just in the damn splash reel.
Well, yeah, because it's like it's part of
Yeah.
it's just part of the remasters
Yep.
coming
Yep.
out, essentially remasters ports,
Yep.
and that so it's one where getting the release date for it was cool. I mean, that's exciting for me.
Right. Yeah. Very true. Very true. I think pre-orders are up now for it as well. For me, I mean, this was a direct that just had a lot of cool things in it. Like one of my shout outs, gonna be super random for you, but Minecraft coming to Switch 2. I get my Minecraft itch every year about this time where I want to go drop about 20 to 40 hours. And
Well, it's also one where it's like Minecraft finally making its way to the Switch too.
Yep.
I mean, Minecraft. There's a reason why it's like the game of games.
yeah, true, true.
It's like it deserves to be everywhere. So
Yeah.
the fact that it's finally showing up, that is exciting for people who want to play it. Because I can
Yeah.
only imagine. I'm trying to imagine it on Switch, and I'm not thinking that's the best time.
Yeah, I never played I never played the Switch version, but I could see it being a little rough, you know. But no, I mean this. I'm probably gonna be picking this one up because like Christina also would be down to play, and she wanted to play it on Switch, and I was just like, let's wait a little bit. I have a feeling there might be a Switch 2 edition here soon. So it was just exciting announcement, man. Like I said, I get that itch every year, and I'm ready to scratch it. Metaphor coming to Switch 2. It's also one that I'm excited to pick up. I own it for Xbox and PlayStation. Let's go ahead and buy it a third time.
Feels weird that it wasn't already there.
I 1000% agree to that. That does feel very, very weird that it was not already there. We did get a Star Fox demo. I have not played it yet, but the game comes out in 2 weeks, and I got Elliot coming out, so I probably won't because the game's going to be fun anyway. I don't need to play a demo to confirm that it's going to be a fun game.
Yeah.
It's all good. But hey, I'm shout out that it came out.
Switch Sports Resorts. This could be interesting. It's like I'm not necessarily the Switch Sports person,
Yeah.
but I mean, depending on how well this does, this is one of those things where it's like this could be the game out of all of them that blows up and sells the most copies.
True, true. And that's just how some of these like sports or like workout games go or whatever for Nintendo.
If they do it well, it's gonna be the most popular game on the system.
Yeah, which is funny, but that's just the facts of the matter. Because like, let me remind people when it came to like top 10 selling Switch games, it's not there anymore. But for a good hot minute, for a few physical reports, Ring Fit Adventure was in the top 10. It has gotten knocked out with some more Pokemon titles coming out and stuff, but it was in the top 10 at one point. So it's just like those workout games, these sports games that Nintendo does, they sell. They do what they got to do.
Well, it's like think back to the Wii times, Wii Sports,
Yeah.
and that. So it's like granted bundled with console.
Yeah, package.
It's
Game,
like package game, but also arguably the most popular game to ever come out for the system.
Very true. Very true. The only thing that would rival it is probably just Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Realistically, and Super Mario Galaxy 2. Mostly Super Mario Galaxy.
But it's like even then, it's like the sports games are the ones that's where all the families and guests get involved.
True. I also want to point out that thumb ward thing looks dumb as hell. So stupid.
Way too much time spent.
Way too much time spent. Just for him to lose too. That man will never play a game again in another direct. I just know it. Muamasa. This is one I wanted to shout out because I'm newer to Vanillaware and their games with like 13 Sentinels and Unicorn Overlord that I really enjoyed. Never really played that much of Dragon's Crown, but this is one of their earlier games from the Wii. So this is one that I'm at least interested in because 13 Sentinels and Unicorn Overlord are a lot of fun. Yes, it's an earlier game of theirs, so this one getting ported up, but it is one that I will check out. Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble, Survivation. This is kind of interesting. For Vampire Survivors is fun. It's a good way to kill some time. So now you got a JJK version of it. Sure. Why not? Be a fun way to kill some time. Now this one, I gotta be honest with you, I'm actually excited for this. This looks fun. One Piece Grand Gourmet. It's like a restaurant sim in pixel style with all the One Piece characters. That looks like fun. Like it's one that I'll just it's kind of like a Tomodachi Life level of just dumb little sim thing of just turn my brain off and have some fun with it. So I will be playing that. Got some Pocopia DLC. Just wanted to shout it out because that is notable. While I probably won't check it out because I'm kind of
expensive.
It is, yeah.
It's like $35 for the DLC.
I'm past my Pocopia phase right now, but hey, shout out that it's coming. And then did get a release date for Orbitals, September 3rd, a game that I'm excited for. It's like that anime co-op game, so it looks like a lot of fun. But I mean, that was my standouts for the direct. I mean, top to bottom, I thought the direct for me personally, as Alex Light, was phenomenal because it hit a lot of things that I've been wanting to play, like Xenoblade, hit my Minecraft itch to play with my wife. Metaphor, I've been wanting to try to go back to that one. Plus, just some other random surprises. Like One Piece was a legit standout for me. Decay looked fun. And then Kingdom Hearts, another one I've been wanting to try as well. And then just to get another Fire Emblem trailer. Ocarina of Time, everything about it. I thought this direct was great, phenomenal for me. As Alex Light, this thing's a 10 out of 10. Objectively, I'd say it's a solid 8, solid 7 in that ballpark.
For me, it is the best showcase to come out of the last week.
Yeah,
it's like unquestionably it was the best one to come out.
Right, but you had to put a number on it.
I don't know what I gave any of the other ones. But it's like
I don't remember either. Actually,
like I don't remember what I gave any of the other ones, but this one I would say stood far above them in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like again, even though it did have like port ups and stuff like that, it was
good information. It was a lot of port ups, but like that's like I've said before, I'm a fan of port ups because I'm a fan of accessibility and bringing things into modern times.
Yeah,
and it's like. Especially stuff that only ever released on the Switch, like I said before. A lot of those games never got to truly shine because of the hardware.
Yeah, true. Especially depending on where they came out, if they were optimized correctly or not, whatever the case is. So, yeah, no, the direct was great. Phenomenal. My calendar got packed after this direct. So, can't wait to dive into some of these games coming out. Very excited for Fire Emblem. Can't wait to see more of Ocarina of Time. So, all right, let me shout out some Rogue Energy. Use their referral link down below, promo code Sparky3. Get 10% off your order, whether you're picking hydration, energy, or chill. Works for all of it. They got a better sale going on. No big deal. You don't have to use the promo code. Use the referral link. You're still going to help out the brand. But again, that's promo code Sparky3. Get 10% off if you want to help out the brand. We'd appreciate that. All right, John. Xbox Game Showcase.
It happened.
Greatest showcase in the history of showcases.
I mean, you don't even agree with that.
No,
you don't. Right. You don't even agree with that. Okay. My thing is, we harped pretty hard on PlayStation for being mostly updates. This showcase is mostly updates.
I mean,
it is mostly updates and just gameplay of stuff that we knew was happening.
I wouldn't say it's mostly updates.
It's a lot of updates, and then a lot of the stuff is first time showing, but the new information is. Like the new stuff they show is stuff we already knew was happening.
Well, there were some surprises in here.
There are. I'm not saying there's not surprises, but I'm saying of stuff we knew was going to be up there. They showed new stuff, but we knew that new stuff was happening.
For some of them, yeah. I mean, I feel like this showcase was not as egregious as State of Play. Because like State of Play bugged me so much. I actually went through and again I counted and I looked up reveal trailers. Like we had 5 reveals versus it was 24 total things shown. 5 of them were new. And I feel like this one had a little bit more balance.
This one may have had more first time shows.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of when are they going to show it?
Right.
And this is just where they showed them for the first time, but we knew it was all happening. For the most part. There's a couple things we didn't know were happening, but for the most part, we knew all this was happening.
Yeah. I mean, like you got some nice, new reveals. I mean, you got Crazy Taxi World Tour. That was a pleasant surprise.
We knew a new Crazy Taxi was coming. It was just a matter.
I didn't.
Yeah, a Crazy Taxi got announced like 2 years ago. I think it was.
We
knew it. This is one where like
to me this was fresh.
Yeah,
to me this was fresh.
I knew Crazy Taxi was coming. I just didn't know when they were going to show it.
See, totally fresh to me. Did not know that. Spyro, that was a pleasant surprise.
Spyro was the surprise.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. Senua was a pleasant surprise. I thought the game Magicians, The Devil's Deal, I thought was pretty cool. Valor Mortis, that game also looked pretty cool.
Valor Mortis is it's a game I've known about for a long time. I didn't know it was going to be at the Xbox showcase, but it's just one where this was another one where I'm like, I've known about this game for a long time. It's cool to see that it's here,
right?
But
then we, of course, Persona 6. That's exciting. I'm very excited.
That's exciting for most of the gaming world. I don't give a shit.
Look, this is a lot better than the State of Play.
I was more annoyed that it was there.
Yeah, look, man, this showcase was a lot better than the State of Play. This showcase was pretty solid.
I'd put them about the same level.
I disagree to that. But we can agree to disagree.
Well, that's like I said in the thing. When I text you, I said we can agree to disagree on it.
Exactly.
Because like I said, for me, the state of play had a lot more stuff for me. I think this was more stuff that appeals to you than the state of play had.
Yeah. Because Gears of War E-Day, I will say, I feel like the opening
way
trailer
too fucking long.
way too long for you to have a direct following it after the show. Like
We did not need to see like the entire intro mission.
Yeah, like look, Gears of War E-Day is a day one play for me. I'm looking forward to this. This looks awesome. This looks great. It feels like Gears is like kind of getting all the way back, but did not need that long. Okay, up front, did not. Especially because if you didn't have a direct, then I don't give a shit.
Yeah. If you weren't about to have like a 45-minute showcase specifically about it,
then I don't give a shit. Feel free. Give me a 10, 15-minute trailer. This is your big game of the year. But the fact there was a direct, like, bruh, I didn't need this much time. But the big news with that though, console exclusive, along with Clockwork Revolution, console exclusive, and looks like, I mean, people at Xbox can kind of try to say whatever they want about how this was not a last minute thing. This feels pretty last minute. There are some people trying to do some damage control saying that it wasn't, that they've known about it for a month or two or whatever. But like when like you have an official Xbox podcast talking about this and they accidentally have a graphic that has the PS5 logo on there and retailers were putting up pre-orders for a PS5 version, you gonna tell me this has been a month out decided? No, this feels pretty last minute. I did see one report that apparently with some of the stuff that took place, like let's say with Halo, that apparently the relationship between Microsoft and Sony is a little damaged right now.
Yeah,
with
I've seen that.
Because like if anyone didn't notice it with the Halo Combat Evolved trailer, it did say at the bottom captured on PS5 Pro. Apparently Halo was supposed to be in the state of play and Xbox.
Oh yeah, it's like they pulled it the last minute because of the outcry for exclusives.
Yeah, which Halo Campaign Evolved will not be, just because of agreements already in place, similar to Fable. Even though Fable, it's weird because Fable's further out in February. But again, if the ink's already dried, you're kind of SOL kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it just feels like the ink wasn't dried with Gears and the ink wasn't dried with Clockwork. Which Clockwork makes perfect sense that the ink wasn't dried. Gears is a little bit of surprising that they managed to get that one pulled off and Fable not, because I think Fable should have been a console exclusive as well. But console exclusives, with Gears and Clockwork, I mean, competition's good. I've at no point in this show's history I've ever strayed from I think exclusives are bad. I've never strayed from that. I don't mind exclusives. I've never strayed from that. I've always thought exclusives can be good because it brings out competition. Competition's important. And I don't have a problem with, games like a Gears being exclusive. I don't have a problem with a Clockwork Revolution being exclusive. I don't have a problem with the next Halo being exclusive. That's just my personal opinion. I think competition's good. I admire what the current leaders at Xbox is trying to do. They're trying to bring Xbox back. Is it going to work? We'll see. Honestly, the odds are heavily against them. At least they're trying, though. I respect that. I respect the fact they're trying before they completely have to give up and just go a Sega route. I respect they're trying. I know you are in a boat of where you prefer to have like your ability to play games where you want to play them, depending on case by case scenario.
Exclusives are fine when it's driving competition and driving quality up. That has not been the case for the last decade.
I agree to that 1,000%.
So it's like it has not been doing what it was supposed to be doing.
Yep.
Which is where my mind kind of flips, where I'm like, I would rather just be able to play it where I want to play it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't mind. Well, I haven't minded that it was like PlayStation had all the exclusives because they also had good hardware to back it up.
Good hardware, good quality games. Like they were delivering that in the PS4 generation and the few in the PS5.
It's one where I don't mind exclusives necessarily, but as long as it's all done in the betterment of the quality of the games, then I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, yeah. And, that could be a thing, too, is that, as these games come out, the Gears, the Clockwork, the next Halo, If the quality is there, then we're good, right? Like I feel like everyone can just be like, hey, this is great. We can all be happy. Let's do our thing. But if they're like still like what we've had, then that's where it's like, well, I appreciate you for trying, but we're still not hitting
Yeah.
where we gotta hit, you know? So I don't know. When it popped up console exclusive, I got excited personally because I was like, okay, hey, you know what? Like, because I've said this before too. I said in my Xbox showcase video review, whatever. I don't want to see Xbox die. Like, I don't. Like, are they in last place, top to bottom? Like, when you want to look at the major hardware develop, absolutely. I don't want to see them die though. Like, I want to see everyone thrive. I want to see the big three all thrive together and have competition. I don't want to see them die. So it's like when I saw that, I got excited. Where it's like, okay, like we're bringing some fight. You know, we're not just giving up. You know, we're gonna have at least one more fight. You know, so shout out. No, Gears E Day looks great. I will be playing it, and I'll say this as well. I will say it in Game Static. You know, because I've said this before. Our video and Game Static views are two different views. I've said this in my video. I'm gonna say it again. I know you're gonna agree with me about Gears, and you'll agree with me about Spyro. For all the people that asked for this, you better show the fuck up. That's all I gotta say.
Well, that's what I've
need to show up.
That's what I've said every time in the last few weeks we've talked about bringing franchises back.
Need to show up.
If you clamor for it and they actually do it, you better go. If you were one of the people clamoring, you better go fucking buy the game.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit if you play it. You better go support it.
Exactly.
I have bought plenty of games that I have not played yet, but I'm there to support the franchise.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I will play it eventually.
Yes.
I have a stack of Switch games on my desk next to my Switch. They're still in plastic wrap.
Yeah.
But I bought them because
you want to show support.
I'm supporting the franchise. I know I'm going to enjoy the game. I know I'm going to play the game. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah. No, I mean like with the idea that this game is going to be, you know, console exclusive and stuff, and obviously gonna get hit pretty hard in the sales department because of that with all, you know, the Game Pass element and stuff. This is a game that I will happily buy physically day one, have a disc version of the game, you know, if they do a disc version, and support it, because it's like they're showing the fight that I didn't think existed, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm partial to Xbox over PlayStation or whatever. You know, that's not it. It's just, I enjoy the fact that we have the different options. I enjoy that we have the competition. And same thing with Spyro next year. You better show up. For everyone that wanted this, you better show up. Because it's like what we talked about with the possibility of Jack and Daxter or Ratchet or whatever. If they come back, or not Ratchet, sorry, Jack and Dexter or Sly Cooper and stuff like that. Like if those come back for PlayStation, you better show up there too. Like, and that's my mindset with Spyro. That's my mindset with Gears being a console exclusive, Clockwork being console exclusive, is show up, support it, buy the game, not just play on Game Pass, like buy the game as well. Like support it, support what they're trying to do. So for everyone that asked for this, like, please give us exclusive again. You better support it. I'm firm on that. You better support, because we see this shit all the time. People complain and don't support it afterwards. But either way, Gears E-Day did look incredible. Another look at Clockwork Revolution slated for next year. Also looked cool. I'm excited for that for next year. Console exclusive there.
I don't know if I'll end up playing that, but
yeah,
I'll keep looking at it. It doesn't necessarily look like something that I'm super excited about, but maybe another look at it and it'll change my mind.
Halo Combat Evolved, or Campaign Evolved, sorry. Getting 3 new missions, getting new content, playing as Chief and Johnson. This actually makes me want to play the game faster than I originally did.
I think we talked about it here, but we knew they were doing additional missions.
Did we?
Yeah.
That was new to me.
Maybe you've kind of forgot about it, but when they did their talk about how they were actually updating the game, it was like,
they did say they were going to add new stuff.
They were adding some new stuff to it.
This was just the look at it.
This was the look at it.
All right.
And the look that we got looks good.
Yeah.
I'm not disparaging what we got here. This looks good. I mean, it's one where I'm more likely to play this when it comes out.
Yeah,
to
I'm
play
more
those
interested to play it immediately now.
To play those missions. It doesn't immediately jump to like the day it comes out. I'm like, oh, I have to do it. But it's one where it's like I'll be looking closer at it.
Yeah. I mean, in July, so, you know, hell, if anything, me and you might be able to fit the time in July to hop in and play the new missions, you know?
Yeah.
Depending on what we have going on at the end of July. I mean, in July, for me, the only thing I had would be really Xenoblade 1 Switch 2 edition physical comes out 2 days later. So that's me, personally. You
I'd
know,
have to look at my list.
so
I have everything written down. I just don't remember.
yeah. So I mean, that's something we could possibly look at there at the end of July. Kind of a good time. If it came out any later, that might be a little questionable. But yeah, no, I mean, good look at the new like missions that you get to
Yeah.
do with Johnson and Chief, which fun. That's very fun. I also saw the third person mode. Did you see this?
Yeah, that's a
Looks interesting.
it's a skull called perspective
Yeah, yeah. Play the
that you
whole
can
game with it.
turn on.
Yeah, kind of
Uh,
interesting.
which, it's cool to see that in 2026
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
still trying to experiment with skulls and try to make
Love
you
it.
and give a reason for them to be there. So
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see how that works.
right. Did get another trailer for Fable with a release date, which me and you did talk about, where it's like they had the delay thing of like, go ahead and announce the delay now, not give a release date because they knew what the release date was going to be in the showcase, but it is coming out in February. So that's fine. I'm excited. They also had a 30-minute gameplay trailer that dropped this week, just kind of showing like general life, what you can do going into a town, buying stuff,
Yeah,
hiring people.
I didn't look at it.
I watched it. It was cool. It was really dope,
Yeah.
man. What they're doing with this game, I'm really excited for.
But yeah, no, it's one where, I mean, February comes around, I'll play it.
Oh yeah,
It's like it depends. I guess that also depends on if new stuff gets announced for around that time. But February is usually kind of barren,
right.
so something to look forward to for next year.
Yeah,
Early next year at least.
Well, another February title that we have would be actually Persona 4 Revival. I'm not skipping one though, for the record. I'm just pointing that out. So that's back to back for me personally. I'm gonna be checking out Persona 4 Revival, and the next week Fable. I'll be very busy for a couple weeks. That's for damn sure. But also in 2027, Senua. Like I already mentioned it before. New game there, more action adventure focused, more combat focused than Hellblade 1 or 2. Taking in a new direction. They did say that you don't have to play Hellblade 1 and 2 to enjoy this. New players can play this and enjoy it. So I thought it looked really dope, man. Like this is a property I've always wanted to play. Obviously, I don't remember her name, but the person who portrays Senua, like she's won awards for both games. Best performance. Like 2 years ago, won best performance for Hellblade 2, and then when Hellblade 1 came out, won best performance there. Like these games are like very critically acclaimed, and this one is obviously in a new direction, yes, but I'm excited for it, especially knowing that I could just jump into it if I want to. Now, granted, I do plan to have Hellblade 1 and 2 done before this comes out, but it's a franchise that I've always been really interested in playing. So a new game looked really dope for me. Again, touching on Persona 4 though, a very lengthy trailer, a lot of quality of life stuff they've shown across the board. Everything looks great. Can't wait. Persona 4 is incredible. I absolutely loved when I played Golden about a year and a half ago, first time playing it. Cannot wait for Revival.
I have no context about anything with Persona 4
Yeah.
except there's apparently a massive discourse online whether people like the new sprites versus the old sprites.
Yeah.
That is the only thing I've seen, and I look at them next to each other and I go, to me it looks the same.
Right. One thing I did notice that was kind of exciting is they did reveal in the trailer a quick shot of the protagonist, you and Marie, who Marie is a golden character. So, and I messaged Zach about that too. So it's just like, so I guess maybe for Revival, they're going to go ahead and launch Golden at the start versus how it was with P3R, where the Answer DLC came later. And honestly, what I pointed out to Zach when he and I talked about is that it kind of makes a little bit more sense just to go ahead and launch this one with Golden, because 3, as we've talked about before, 3 is in a weird spot of where it's like, yes, there is a best way to play it, and it's P3R, but it's like you got P3P with the portable, where it's got the other protagonists you can play, some other content. Then you have the original game, then you got the P3 FES, and it's like it's basically what I'm trying to say. It's kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? So it's like
there's no definitive edition for P3,
Yeah,
whereas
now-
P4 and P5
are more
have a
basic.
definitive edition.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, it's just Golden. Here you go. So it would make sense to go ahead and launch Revival with the Golden content. So that's cool because the Golden content's a lot of fun. And then did get the official reveal of Persona 6. No release window or anything. I personally do believe it will come out next year. I think it's going to be a similar focus of how they did P3R and Metaphor, where they came out the same year. P3R launched in February. Same thing with P4R here. and the next big Atlas title at the end of the year. So get that actual release window and date later on. The biggest thing for me with this very short teaser is that it just revealed to me the darker story that you're going to kind of go for, maybe looking at a little bit of like the vibes of P1 and P2, where I have not played those obviously, but I do know about them, how they are vastly different games than the other three and a lot more darker route. So I do like the route that we went. I saw a lot of theories going around that it might be like more an Exorcist theme, you know, like kind of like a ghost hunting thing or whatever, with the whole graveyard and everything, the green hue, kind of reminiscent of night vision stuff. So that would be really sick, kind of like an Oculus sort of path. So I'm very excited to see more. Definitely pumped there. And then, of course, Spyro: A Realm Beyond coming out spring of next year. Spyro getting a new game, first one since, God, it was like 2016 or something. So long time coming. And that's not counting Reignited Trilogy, for the record. Also gives me hope maybe we can see a new Banjo at some point. You know, that'd be cool too, especially with kind of how they've been talking about trying to bring back some older IPs and everything. And then, John, you get to go back to your roots, brother. Wo Long 2.
Never finished the first one.
But you can go back to your roots. The game that I think kind of kicked off your Souls journey.
Yeah, it was more of like, that was just like, it was a fun thing to play with Zach at the time.
Yeah. He's gonna drag you into this one.
I mean, I do 100 times better than before.
Yeah.
It's like I went in having never played any of those type of games before. Now I've beaten a ton of them, but I've played a bunch of them.
Right. Yeah, no, as soon as I saw that pop up, I just started laughing. And I'm like, John gets to go back to his roots.
I was like, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, those were kind of like the big standouts for me. You know, some other things I already mentioned. I thought Magician's The Devil's Deal, I thought was really interesting, and one I'm going to keep my eye on.
I thought the idea of it was better than what the gameplay they showed.
Yeah.
I liked the vibe that they had, and then once they started showing gameplay, they kind of lost me.
Yeah. I thought the gameplay was fine for what it was, but I do want to see more, though. I do want to see more, because I do agree with you. The premise is more fascinating than the gameplay, but the gameplay was fine for me.
Well,
right?
that's the thing. It's like I was interested, and then once they started showing gameplay elements of it, I was like, you kind of had me, and then you kind of lost me.
Yeah, it's just one to keep your eye on kind of thing, because that's what it is for me right now too. Valor Mortis we already touched on, but I also shot the fact it already got delayed. They gave the release date of 9/24, and they already delayed to October for the exact reasoning of, yeah, September and 9/24 specifically, little packed. So we're gonna move this back a little bit, use the extra time to polish it up a little bit more, and hopefully let it have a chance to shine on its own. Crazy Taxi World Tour, Crazy Taxi, just really fun game to play back when we were young. So just kind of neat to see this reveal here. I did want to point this out because I thought this was interesting. The Sea of Thieves Custom Seas free update. This to me feels like, hey, we really don't want to work on this anymore, so we're giving you all the tools to go work on it.
It's kind of like, hey, this game was a dumpster fire when it came out.
Yeah,
we've spent over a decade doing everything we can think of.
Yep.
Just go have fun now.
Yeah, it kind of feels like
it's like if you
the
want
Rare wants to move on kind of thing.
It's like you go. It's like we're gonna give you the ability to customize your world how you want it to be.
Yep.
You go do that. We're gonna work on like maybe a new version of the game.
Yeah, we're gonna go work on something else finally. Yeah, it's time that we rest. You go have fun. That's how I perceived this, but. And then another look at Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy. Looked cool. That's coming out here in August. It's definitely on my radar. I still need to finish the first two Plague Tales. I know this one's totally different from the first two, but just the universe, I still want to go play the first two and actually finish them. Makes me mad. I was literally like 90% done with the first game and dropped it. I don't know why or what happened. But yeah, no, this is at least one on my radar. So for me, I thought it was a very good show, man. I like the stuff they brought to the table. I like the energy. And I will say I like the pacing quite a bit. I thought the pacing was pretty well, except for the very prolonged start of Gears. Again, if there was no Gears Direct, I have no problem with that long of Gears at the beginning. But since I knew there was a Direct, I was like, all right, you could show me some of this in the Direct. Like, it's fine. Let's move on. But besides that, I thought the pacing was really well. They really came at you hard at the beginning with some of the big heavy hitters. They had some nice heavy hitters in the middle and the end. massive complaint of ending it on Call of Duty again for the second year in a row. I get it's Call of Duty, but with all due respect, fuck off. It's Call of Duty. Give us something else at the end. A reveal, not something that got revealed a week prior. Like, with all due respect, please fuck off.
There was way too little that appealed to me in this.
Yeah.
This was like long stretches throughout this showcase where I'm like, there's nothing for me here.
Right.
So it's like not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah. No, I thought it was good for me personally, but I mean, I totally get something not appealing to everyone, and because there was definitely some of that with some of the showcases over this week. I mean, State of Play was one for me where it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, State of Play had a lot of stuff that appealed to me, but it was also like just very update heavy. Because I mean, I want to play Silent Hill, I want to play Ill, I want to play all these games.
That was this for me, where this was a lot of stuff that I knew about,
right,
with like some updates to it. And then the new stuff wasn't for me, which, makes a showcase a little. You come out of it a little more bitter.
Yeah, I came out very high.
Yeah,
I was very excited.
The new stuff for this one didn't appeal to me, and I'm like, that kind of blows.
Right. Yeah. I will say one thing for you in this showcase. Didn't really have a lot of like that really smaller stuff.
They didn't really do a big section where they kind of run through. None of the showcases really did.
Yeah, none of them really did it this year. That was like, more Day of the Devs and Future Game Show.
It's like they've more split those out now, which understandable. But it was nice to always get those segments in the bigger showcases that are going to get more eyes on them.
True. I agree to that. Now, I mean, again, for me personally, good show. But I can understand how it wouldn't for you. You know what I mean? It's just less for you in the show. But I was very excited coming out of it. I was excited about the energy coming out of it with the console exclusives and stuff. But again, for the love of God, please stop ending these things with Call of Duty. This is 2 years in a row. Stop it. like especially this year, we already knew Modern Warfare 4 because it just got revealed a week prior. And then last year when they revealed Black Ops. Like I watched so many reaction reviews where everyone's like, "Ooh, what is this? What is this? What is this?" And then it came to Call of Duty. It's like, bruh, like who cares? Like it's Call of Duty, yeah, but who cares? What a terrible ending. I agree. Terrible ending. Never do that again. Throw it in the middle. Never do that again. So, all right, let's shout out some merch, and we'll hop over to the next thing here. Head over to spark3shop.com. Pick up some merch. Like 7 out of 10 is a good game because it is a good game. Pick up Do Better because we can all do better. Go pick up the trash can hat, the B shirt, anything of the sort. Pick up some merch. We'd appreciate that extra support. All right. So the next thing I had was involving Xbox news, next 100 days, Xbox reset and stuff. Before I kind of start hitting through this, because it's kind of flirts a little bit with weekly wrap-up territory. Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about or shout out, anything of the sort?
Not really.
Okay. And so let's go ahead and dive into it then. So coming off the back of what I thought was a good Xbox showcase, we did have Asha Summer putting out the next 100 days, and there was a lot of other conversations about the Xbox reset, which she's been kind of alluding to even before the Xbox showcase that there's going to be some really tough decisions to come, which, nope, not really surprising. She kind of adopted a shit show, let's be honest. It's going to take a lot to steer the ship in the right direction of some capacity. It's one of those things, like I always used to make a joke about this with different jobs I've had, where it's like, you got to make a mess before you make a masterpiece. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to have everything out in front of you and then kind of put everything together. But I did want to pull some quotes from this. One thing saying we will end this fiscal year about 3% accountability margin down year over year, excluding Activision Blizzard King. Over the past 5 years, we have spent over $20 billion on ongoing investments in our content platform and hardware subsidiary, but our annual revenue has declined nearly $500 million during that time. Going forward, this cannot continue. Talking about the hardware component crisis here. We are in a hardware component crisis. When I joined as CEO in February, the price we paid for console storage components were over 2 times as high as we paid last fall. These costs have since doubled again. And as we plan for the 2027 holiday season, we expect another significant increase, taking us over 5 times the prices we paid only 2 years earlier. That's diabolical, for the record, just to think about when she came in and how much things continue to go up in price. And I read this, and I saw some people kind of have the same feeling, the same verdict of where it's just like, unless somebody is just really ballsy and wants to go ahead and do it, referring to Xbox and Sony both, get used to your Series X and your PlayStation 5, because I don't think a PS6 and a hot Helix is going to drop next year, which I think's fine. Kinda. Xbox is a Series S problem. But in PS6 case, absolutely push that thing back. We don't need it up front. But yeah, we don't really. It's again with Xbox, it's kind of a weird gray area. And then also, our current platform infrastructure is not built for the battle ahead. Our systems are overly complex, spanning hundreds of dependencies, which hinders our ability to move fast. We've become too reliant on vendors to operate our systems and must become more self-reliant as an engineering culture to build our future. We must increase the value we ship to players while decreasing the time it takes to do so. Going forward, we will evolve and rebuild our stack and look at capabilities across all Xbox and potential M&A to help us win in hardware, PC, mobile gaming, and streaming. One thing that I took away from this is kind of what you've talked about a lot with Xbox, is that they need to build their new pillars. That's something I kind of took away from this is, because there was some more conversation afterwards about, looking. In fact, I actually know I'm saying this. I forgot to actually pull the entire quote, but there was a quote talking about how Xbox has the rich benefit of having such a deep catalog of like industry defining titles that they just don't support and don't prop up for success. So like hearing some of those kind of quotes reminded me about what you talked about so much about how Xbox needs to kind of build new pillars.
Yeah. Well, the problem is they need their new pillars, but them deciding to move back towards exclusives and that game development, especially from big AAA publishers, takes too long. It's too bloated and everything these days too. Yeah. So it's like they need new pillars, but they're probably 4 years away from having something that they could define as a pillar.
Yeah.
Or as like a new pillar. True. So it's one where hopefully in this they can, like, with them trying to tighten up the ship in that, they can hopefully try to like get with some of their big developers and be like, hey, we gotta get more efficient.
Yeah. We gotta find a way to do this.
Everybody's become a little too accepting of the fact that it takes anybody 5 to 7 years to come out with a new game. And it's like, granted, yeah, understandable if you're doing like a big new IP, like crazy thing and that. But then you look at other companies, like you look at like RGG. RGG pumps shit out like every year, every 2 years.
Kind of like Capcom right now too.
It's like Capcom. They're just pumping stuff out. But it's one of those things where it's like we joke with RGG about it because it's like they come out with such weird games where it's like they must have just
one.
It's like they must just have like a section over there that's just that corner works on the project, and they have whatever fraction of their people is just over there. It's like, do you know what they're working on? No, but they'll probably release it in 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to come out. We'll see it.
Very few companies where it's like they're split up and can release like a game in any efficient time manner.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of where Xbox wants to get, and there are a lot of different ways they can go about it, from some of the other reports that we've seen come out this week. Kind of gives us a little bit more idea. With all of these, next 100 days. And, again, she's already alluded to weeks ago about tough decisions come. There are potentially going to be some studio closures or,
July is supposed to be a brutal month.
Yeah, supposed to be possibly a bloodbath. So they got to watch out for it. Next month we're possibly going to have some negative topics to touch on in the weekly wrap up next month, which is just never fun. Now, there is some interesting reports that dropped this week about how Microsoft has considered spinning Xbox into its own subsidiary, which I think is pretty interesting. And, there is obviously a negative side to it if it comes to that. But overall, I think it's a great idea. It basically makes it where the one thing that it could be looking at on the negative side is it can make it easier to sell Xbox later or, explore a joint venture with other partners. But to my understanding from kind of reading into this, that's not really the goal. The goal is to allow Xbox to more act independently where it's not completely in line with Microsoft. Examples of a structure would be like LinkedIn and GitHub that Microsoft owns, but they're wholly owned subsidiaries that Microsoft owns, but they do their own thing. It'd be kind of like that. Because I mean, like you can look at this generation and last generation. Xbox has very clearly been in the Microsoft MO. Xbox One was all about the cloud, the power of the cloud. And then before it got canceled, Xbox Series was about to have like, Microsoft Copilot built in and stuff and AI focus. And those are both Microsoft focused things. So it's like if you spin it off to a subsidiary, it allows Xbox to kind of have its own budget that it sets, its own goals that it sets, and allows it to exist on its own. Another example, hey, PlayStation. Sony owns PlayStation, but PlayStation is a wholly owned subsidiary that does its own thing. It exists, it does its own thing. You have Sony Entertainment, you have PlayStation. So it'd be similar in that vein, which I think would be a good thing for Xbox. But since Xbox is so like in the shithole negative, obviously if we can't turn the ship around in X amount of years, whatever they set, that's where you might look at Microsoft maybe selling Xbox or doing a joint venture with someone or whatever. But for now, I mean, I feel like spinning it into a subsidiary at least gives it a chance to truly make its own calls, make its own decisions, and live and die by those decisions, and actually have a chance.
It's more of Microsoft can, if that happens, Microsoft can look at it and be like, either are they getting their shit together or how bad is it actually?
Yeah, exactly. Because one thing that was kind of alluded to or talked about was, actually there was one quote flat out said by the CEO of like, hey, like don't misunderstand our commitment to Xbox for the last 25 years because look how much money we've spent, which is valid from acquisitions and just other things throughout the years. But where they are now is that, he even says like we have to make this a sustainable business, which is correct. I mean, especially when you have the amount of money you've spent on Activision Blizzard or Bethesda or whatever.
It does
and not
make
much
it where
payoff.
if they do become a full subsidiary and kind of exist as their own entity over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they do still answer to them.
Yeah.
But it's one where it's got to be more efficient to do that. Whereas the way it is now, they probably can't do anything without running it up the line.
Correct.
Whereas if then they become essentially separate entities where one of them is just still above, then you have a lower point where everything has to run through.
Right.
So it could, then it's like things could get faster, but also at that point, that new point where everything stops there for Xbox, that's a dangerous position.
That is very dangerous. 100%, 1000% actually. It's a fascinating thing to think about, but it also kind of goes back to something I've been saying for a while, where it's like everything happening with Xbox really does feel like all chips on the table. Like this is it. Like got to make this work over the next X amount of years. And I know one thing that came across all this is that Xbox is currently planning to fast track development on 3 core franchises with Halo, Elder Scrolls, and Fallout. One thing that I kind of found that was kind of almost like alluded to in a way is that the Bethesda ZeniMax purchase, the payout has not been good. Which realistically, think about it, John. Like, I'm sure you can agree. What have they produced? They've got Starfield, sure, from Bethesda, which did fine. You had some other cool titles from ZeniMax come out throughout there. Obviously, you got the Doom that falls in there and stuff. But like, there's been no new Fallouts, no new Elder Scrolls. Yeah, you had a remaster. Congratulations. A lot of online 76 and ESO updates. But like, since that purchase has happened, nothing's come out of it besides Starfield, and Starfield was fine. So it's like, I feel like there's some frustration about that one where it's just like, okay, I understand these are big games, but like, it's been a while since we've made this acquisition. Need something to show for it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the vibe that I got. But with the idea of like with the whole fast track, apparently the CFO and the CEO have both approved Austra's plan on this. For the budget and everything, but it could still change. So the plan is now they're willing to dump a shit ton of money into those 3 to get these games done.
But the problem is because you name Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
I know.
So the only way that's happening is if you give Fallout to someone else.
Right. Yeah, especially when the entire team at Bethesda is focused on Elder Scrolls right now. But it could also just be a hiring thing. It could also just be a mass hiring thing.
It doesn't need to be a mass hiring thing. Bethesda is one of the worst examples of how how games used to get made, or like them. It's the amount of people that they have and how long it takes them to produce anything.
Right.
They are one of the worst examples of it in the year 2026.
True.
Because it's like Starfield is years ago at this point.
Mm.
We just had the 8th anniversary of Elder Scrolls 6 announcement.
Very true.
And yeah, we're several years away from Starfield.
From Elder Scrolls, you mean?
Well, no. We're several years out from Starfield coming out.
Sorry.
And it's one where what are we doing? It's 2026. Starfield came out in what, 2023?
2023, yeah.
And we've got nothing about any potential. And it's like, and the only news we have is Todd going, we're not even close.
Yeah.
It's like, that's unacceptable.
Yeah. And then
it's like, and then you have Xbox being like, we'll just dump a shitload of money to get it done. And it's like, that's not the answer. The answer is they got to clean their shit up.
Right.
If you're just dumping a bunch of money into a fire pit is what you're doing, because they're not getting any more efficient.
Right.
You hire 1,000 more people, you're going to fire them when the job's done.
Very true. That's the big thing to remember. Now, if they're all just contractors, that's different. That's different. But if you're hiring them as like employees at ZeniMax and Bethesda and stuff, then they're going to be gone.
The other thing is, it's like you hire on like 1,000 contractors or something to finish the project or whatever. It's like we've seen it's way too many people to be working on one project.
Yeah. So this is something I wanted to propose out there into the universe, and maybe someone can comment on this video, this clip, this episode, or whatever in context. Like, I'm not a game developer. I don't know really anything about game development, but I know there's been times in like my working career at different points where it's like the mindset is, oh, more people gets done faster. No, it slows shit down. There's too many hands in the pot.
Yeah. You make the process more efficient.
Yeah. Like so I don't think just number is the way to go. Personally, that's not the direction.
The other problem is it's like they take all the people that have been working on it and know what to do, and they fire them.
Yeah.
And then they hire on a bunch of people who don't know the project or don't know their systems, and they try to make them do it.
True.
And then it takes 3-4 extra years for anything to happen. Hell, at this rate, we're looking at a 2030 Elder Scrolls.
I know, 4 years out.
It's like we're looking at like 2030 for Elder Scrolls, and if you want a Fallout to come after that, that's going to be several more years after that.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't get any extra content updates for the other game.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree 1,000%, dude. Because like Bethesda, it's like this golden grail of the industry for a lot of people because of the history of games they've made. But it's like, man, it's just since Fallout 4, it's like, you have a couple online games. You have Starfield, which wasn't what it needed to be at launch. It's apparently gotten a lot better now. That's cool. I want to give it another shot at some point, but it's like Fallout 4 came out in what, like 2016, 2018, somewhere in that ballpark range. Actually, no, hold on. I actually remember. It was like 2014, 2015, because I remember playing it at my last job. And I was fresh into my last job. I was out of town, and I brought my PS4, and I was playing it. So, yeah,
it was 2015.
Yeah,
around the 2015 time.
Yeah, because that was when I started my last job, and I was out of town, started my last job. And I remember playing it my PS4.
I have a better time frame of when that game came out, but I'll mention it to you after.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I totally understand the frustrations that Microsoft may have with that Bethesda purchase and maybe not showing for it, Because it's like, the Activision Blizzard King one, it's like, got a lot of money to make up front. Well, me and you both know that. But like, you have like a money gold mine of freaking Candy Crush from King, right? Then you got all the Blizzard stuff, which whether Blizzard is hitting or not, they're going to make freaking money. You have Call of Duty, which is always going to print freaking dollars, and then anything else that Activision's got going on. So it's like, yeah, you got a lot of money to make up, but you're kind of already in a better position to start making it up. Meanwhile, that purchase from Bethesda and ZeniMax, it's like you've had a lot of good quality titles come out from the other companies like Obsidian and whoever does like Doom and stuff, whatever, blah, blah. But the big dog of Bethesda, it's like you haven't had a lot to the table, just a lot of online stuff. You had a remaster. Great, cool. Starfield, which wasn't what it needed to be. So it's like I can get the frustration for sure, but everything with Xbox, like next 100 days, July is going to be very brutal. The Xbox reset, again, everything feels like all chips on the table, and I feel like there's maybe like a timeline in mind of like the next 5 years. Let's got to really try to right this ship. So again, I don't want to see Xbox fail. I hope it works, but the odds are against them. I will say that. I'm not optimistic it's all going to work, but I'm at least here for the ride. I'm here for the ride, even if it's a crash and burn ride. So anyway, you ready to go through the rest of the weekly wrap up? Or you got anything else you thought of? Anything else you want to follow up on or anything?
Nah, we can hit it.
All right, let's do it. So first thing I wanted to shout out is Famitsu is celebrated their 40th anniversary, and it's got lists. So we always touch on lists. So number one, they had a reader poll for the top 10 favorite characters, which number one, first place, Mario. It's really no surprise. 2, Cloud. Also no surprise considering it's Famitsu. 3, Tifa. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy. This one, I guess, caught me a little by surprise, but it is Famitsu. The audience that this is more focused towards, guess it makes sense. Kirby at 4, Link at 5, Leon Kennedy at 6, Pikachu at 7, Slime from Dragon Quest at 8. I thought that was funny. Kazuma Kiryu at 9, and Joker from Persona 5 at 10. So shout out to that. They also had a list of the top most wanted remakes, also via reader poll. Number 1, Chrono Trigger. Which, do they want to touch that though? That's the question. That is the question. It's funny. That got number 1 here, but I actively see people say I don't want a Chrono Trigger remake because I don't want them to mess it up. So it's kind of an interesting one there. Number 2, I had Xenogears. 3, Pokemon Black and White. I just hope if they remake this, it's actually like good and not Diamond and Pearl, because Diamond and Pearl got shafted.
I would assume we'd get like an actual good remake.
Yeah, and hopefully get
a Game Freak remake.
Yeah, and hopefully it's like got Black and White too as well. Just go ahead and remake them all at the same time, please. Final Fantasy 8 at 4, Tales of the Abyss at 5, which I imagine that one's probably not too far away.
It's on the way.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. They're remastering everything. We would assume they'll start remaking them at some point.
Yeah. Persona 2 at number 6, Soccer Wars at 7, Final Fantasy 9 at 8, Dragon Quest 9 at 9, and Final Fantasy 6 at number 10. So shout out to that. I would like to see remakes for some of those too. Then they also put out one big collective list of every 40 out of 40 score they've ever done. Did anything on this list catch your eye as like, that's interesting? The biggest one for me was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle in 2013. I understand it's Famitsu. It's a Japanese-based magazine, but that just really caught me off guard that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was on there. Shout to Nintendogs for getting a 40 out of 40 as well. A lot of Zelda love throughout this thing for sure. Your Dragon Quest 11 was on there in 2017. Shout out to that. But did anything catch your eye on this list? It's kind of an interesting list, honestly.
Bayonetta is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
because that's one where I feel like that took a few years to kind of become a cult classic game.
True, yeah, because it came out originally for what, like 360, and it failed miserably, and Nintendo had to come save it.
It was one where it's like it came out to nothing, and then over time, it's one of those games where it's just like over time, it just got that cult following.
Yeah,
it felt like so it's weird to see it here,
right? I have no idea what 428 Shibuya Scramble is either. I don't know what that one is. There was some interesting stuff on the list, man. Like I said, a lot of Zelda love, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Skyward Sword,
Soul Calibur.
Hey, people love the OG Soul Calibur.
It's just like it. I guess for the time that it came out, it was so unique.
Yeah, because I mean, it's still like I think the second highest rated Metacritic game ever.
Yeah,
which is crazy to me. And I'm the Soul Calibur guy. I love Soul Calibur.
I think it seemed weird at first, but I guess thinking back on the time, it is very unique for the time frame.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, interesting list that they put out, man. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle is the one that just made me laugh when I saw it. But hey, whatever, dude. So haven't had a 40 out of 40 since Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth in 2024. So I do question what the next 40 out of 40 is. I'm going to go ahead and predict it. It's going to be GTA 6 and Ocarina of Time when they both launch the same day, November 19th. So shout out. Also, shout out, Crimson Desert has passed 6 million units sold. Hey, big shout there. Game is overall just a huge success.
Past 6 million units sold, and they've also said they're committed to continuing updating the game as long as people are clamoring for updates.
Nice.
They will continue doing big updates and giving them a whole bunch of new content as long as they keep asking for it.
Right, right.
It feels like every week they are still putting out massive updates that completely overhauls entire systems.
Right. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered Deluxe Edition has recently been rated for the Switch 2. This was previously announced as like a partner direct, something. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, it's still slated to come this year, but it getting rated means it might be dropping here in the near future. Vanillaware founder has recently said that they would love to port more of their games over to PC, but it would be up to the publishers of those titles. So the examples would be like Unicorn Overlord, 13 Sentinels, and Dragon's Crown. I think all three of those are Atlas. I know obviously 13 and Unicorn is, but I think also Dragon's Crown is Atlas. Marvelous is the one who is porting, doing the publishing for that Muamasa one. They're the one. They were the publisher of the original release. So he basically, this feels like trying to poke the bear a little bit. Like, hey, you want to help me out? Write me a check real quick. You know, let's make some magic happen. Big disappointment for me, but also not surprised. And it's not really that big of a disappointment. It's a good thing. My time at Evershine has been delayed to 2027. This was my second most anticipated game of this year when the year started. But as I continue to see more updates in the Pathia Discord about the game and all of the feedback, negative and positive, from the alpha and the beta, they wanted to just continue to make it better and better and make it the best that it can be. So, hey, in Pathia, I trust. The game comes out next year, and
also,
I'm excited.
Shout out the trailer that gave the release date being moved to 2027. First time I've ever seen this game.
It's true. Yeah, he texted me about it. Like, when I got a text from him about Evershine, I'm like, why is this in your timeline?
Yeah, it's like you probably heard, but it's got delayed. I don't know why it showed up in my feed, but yeah, I was like, okay, well, it doesn't look like I thought it would.
Right. Yeah, it looks so different from Porsche and Sandrock. But yeah, no, it's kind of crazy looking at 2027 for me because, like, I was telling Christina about this. I already have a majority of a top most anticipated list built for 27. And the funny thing is, it's like we're talking games that there is no way they're coming off this list. At least some of them. Granted, if I had to build a top 10 right now, I would say like maybe the last 3 or 4 could potentially get moved out for something else if it gets announced. But I'm talking, we got legitimate heavy hitters for me that are not moving. I mean, we're talking Pokemon Winds and Waves, Evershine now, Xenoverse 3. We're talking Fable. We're talking Persona 4 Revival. I'm assuming Persona 6. I wouldn't put it on the list. But assuming it is, that's locked in, period, if it is. So it's like, dude, when I look at 2027, it's like, it's really weird. We're at June 13th at the time of this show. And I already have a lot of my top 10 list built and not moving on top of that. Because, again, you look at stuff, again, like Pokemon. You look at... Evershine for me, Xenoverse 3, and Fable, and those 4 alone not moving. They are not moving. They are staying in the top 5. So that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, 2027 is already getting aggressively stacked.
I don't know why this reminded me of that, but I saw a list. I was getting a bunch of shitty articles about like top 10 lists of like weird niche categories.
Yeah.
And one of them was something along the lines of like top 10 bad JRPGs you need to play.
Oh,
you know what number 1 on the list was?
Please tell me.
Cyber Sleuth.
What? Oh, wow.
That's why I was like, man, so a lot of these lists were shitty. It's like I don't know why, but it's like it
Find
was.
that article and send it to me.
Oh, dude, I don't even know if I could find it again.
I want this
They
article.
were just showing up randomly in my timeline. I'm like, I don't know why these are coming because they were so niche. It's like they were so niche lists, and every one of them, I was like, I don't agree with anything they're saying on any of these.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find that list. I want to see the list that has Cyber Sleuth at number 1. That's disrespectful. That game is great.
Oh, it was a great. Well, it was number 1 on the list of that you needed to play.
Okay.
It was just calling it bad.
It was calling it bad and need to play at the same time. Disrespectful. That's funny though. Then the last piece of news I had is there's a new Conquer and Banjo U2's figures that are set to drop on 6/19. So I've bought all the other U2's Conquer figures so far, so I'll buy this one too. So I'll be buying that next week. Shout out. But anyway, that's all I had. So you ready for Game Of the Week? What do you got this
I
week?
ain't got nothing.
You didn't bring nothing.
I didn't bring nothing.
Man. All right.
I had an idea for one, but it would require a prop because I don't remember what the game is.
You don't remember what the game is?
Well, I don't remember the name of the game, but I'd have to look it up, and I didn't think about it.
All right, so I guess I can pull something out my butt, but it's probably not going to be anything super unique. I'm going to be honest with you. Damn, what can I pull out my butt? Let me look at this. Let me look at our script today. Let's see if I can pull something out of this.
Yeah, I did not come prepared at all.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Let's see. What do we want to do this week for Game of the Week? Because I don't know. I didn't really think about it too much. Didn't really think about it too hard because I thought you were gonna have it. So let's see. I've already done that. Ah, damn, I've already done that one before. I've done that one before too. Shit. Let's see. Oh, I want to make it topical. How can we make it topical? What can we do to make it topical? If you have any suggestions, please tell me. Oh wait, hold on. I'm
scrolling right now.
Hold on. Okay, I can do it because I just thought of a way I can make it topical. It's gonna be a really basic answer though, like incredibly basic answer. But I found a way to make it topical. Unless you want to throw something out there,
I didn't. I was scrolling looking for something. I didn't have anything immediately.
All right, so I'm gonna throw one out there because it can be topical to some extent. So Game of the Week because I was not prepared at all. So we're pulling something out my butt, and it's going to be a pretty basic entry here.
It's fun to be the one to do this.
Yeah, I know. And the reason I'm making it topical is a really dumb reason. Shout out to my shirt, Super Mario Sunshine, Game of the Week. My personal favorite Mario game. I know it's not the best. I'm aware of this. It's just my personal favorite. All right. I loved the vibe for it. I love that whole era of early 2000s games where they had like that beach vacation vibe. Sonic Adventure kind of had it. Super Mario Sunshine, Wind Waker with the ocean stuff. I think even one of the Final Fantasies had it. I love that era. I also love that we're kind of going back to that era. It's really cool. But Super Mario Sunshine for me, man, is one that out of all the Mario games that I've played, it's the one that I enjoy to replay the most. I love the levels. There's a couple levels, yeah, sure, that annoy the shit out of me. And the gameplay can be a little wonky at times. I'll tell you what, the Switch versions, that gameplay is wonky as shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's just, that 3D All-Stars, a little rough. At least I'd rather play the OG GameCube version. That's saying something. But the gameplay, yeah, the controls can be a little wonky at times using FLUDD and stuff. And, Mario does some really dumb stuff when you're hopping around. But the level design itself is what is super charming to me. I love every single level's aesthetic. Again, it's all like just very watery and vacation vibe. Every single one, like the theme park one, there is the beach resort level. There's like a large village town type level. Another large beach level as well, separate from the resort one. There's the resort beach, and there's a completely other beach level as well. Just all the aesthetic, I guess, is why I love it so much. I thought FLUDD was a really interesting mechanic. Shadow Mario with Bowser Jr. I thought was really cool as well. I don't know what this game does for me besides the aesthetic, because I fully agree. Odyssey's a better game. Galaxy's a better game. Galaxy 2 is a better game. I'm aware of that because it's funny when people talk about Sunshine, because it's like one thing that people say about Sunshine is that the worst thing about Mario Sunshine is the fact that it's like the most safe and basic Mario 3D platformer. It doesn't do anything like to elevate the property like 64 did, or Galaxy 2, Odyssey, etc. It's like its most criminal thing is that just it's a good game, you know, because all the others are like considered generational platformers, and this is just a good game. But it's just, for me, the aesthetic is what's always stood out to me. I mean, I've played this game, like my combined playtime of 64, Galaxy 2, Odyssey doesn't even match my playtime for Sunshine.
Yeah.
It's just it's one that means the world to me. And I do actually know this. I know like the first like 6 or 7 off the dome. This is my 4th GameCube game I ever got. And it's one that I played the most. It's for me, it's level design. Gameplay can be a little wonky, but the level design and the aesthetic is something that just always stood out to me. Delfino Plaza is really cool. Just everything about it. I love this damn game.
It's one thing we preach all the time on this channel. Favorite does not mean best.
Very true.
It's like
Very true.
if you watched our top 10 favorite games of all time, arguably we got some stuff that's maybe not the best.
Yep.
But it's what our favorite is.
Yep. And for me, my favorite Mario is Mario Sunshine. So you should go play it if you haven't played it. It is on NSO. Obviously, 3D All Stars you can no longer purchase unless you find like a used copy at some retro store. And the GameCube version is probably expensive. So just go play it on NSO and you'll be fine. I think it is on NSO, or it's coming NSO. I'm pretty sure it's on NSO. Go play it on NSO. It's a great game. It's a lot of fun. It may not be Odyssey and Galaxy, but it's still damn good, damn it. So go play it. Mario Sunshine is the GOAT for me. So there you go. Game Set Game of the Week. Shout out to Anime Ape. That's where I bought this shirt. It's a great store, by the way. I love that store. So with that said, let's hit the music and let's get out of here.
All right, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And if you like what you saw with us here, we do these live streams every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time. So you can come check us out then.
Yeah, and definitely come next week because John and I are going to get to talk about Adventures of Elliot, a game that we've both been very excited for since last year. I played the prologue demo, completed it. I am so excited.
I will be playing the prologue demo this week before the game comes out.
There we go. So yeah, next Saturday we will be getting to talk about Adventures of Elliot, and the Saturday after that, I'll at least be talking about Star Fox. I don't think you're going to be there at the start with me. But so next 2 weeks should be fun. Some new games coming out to play. Adventure Elliot obviously is one of our most anticipated of the year, so that should be fun next week. Check out sparky3shop.com, pick up some merch, as well as Rogue Energy. Use the referral link down below, Sparky3 to get 2% off. Shout out to Patreon if you want to support us further. Join the Discord, be a friend, tell a friend.